You'll find the link to beginner trading rules poster in the description and pinned in the comments below. Most people think blockchain is just about Bitcoin, and that mistake is costing them the real opportunities. The truth is, blockchain is already running the world's most powerful systems, and almost nobody sees it coming. But this is where it gets dangerous. What if your bank already uses this? Stay with me because in the next few minutes I'll show you 3 real world applications that will change how you see money forever. By the end of this video, you will understand how blockchain protects your medical records from hackers. You will understand why Walmart tracks millions of products using this technology. And you will understand the hidden system that could make your next vote unbreakable. But there is one application so powerful it is already moving billions, and it is not what you think. And the biggest risk beginners miss is not the tech, it is who controls it. I will reveal the one mistake that gets people banned from using blockchain services and how to avoid it. If you want simple crypto education without the confusing jargon, subscribe now. We post videos every week that help beginners avoid expensive mistakes, like the one I'm about to show you that has already cost people millions. $4 billion lost in 2023 alone. Because next I'm showing you the first real world blockchain application and why one company uses it to track 10 million products every single day. Walmart can now trace the origin of every leaf of lettuce in under 2 seconds. Before blockchain, it took 7 days. Blockchain records every step from farm to packer to truck to store. Each step is locked in a block. No one can change it, not even Walmart. Think of it like a Google Doc that no one can edit, only add to. Every change is visible forever. When bacteria hits, they do not need to recall every product. They pinpoint the exact farm. That is the difference between 100 sick people and 10,000. But this is where it gets dangerous because the next application is even more personal. It is your medical records. Right now they are vulnerable in a way you won't believe. Your hospital records are stored in centralized servers. Hackers love them. One breach and your entire history is on the dark web. Blockchain lets you own your data. You grant access to doctors temporarily. When the appointment ends, access revokes immediately. In Estonia, 99% of health records are on blockchain. Patients can see who accessed their file down to the second. Medical records sell for $50 each. One breach and your identity is sold dozens of times. But with blockchain, you control the keys. No one accesses your data without your permission. What if you lost your key? And that is the risk. Because if you lose your key, you lose everything. But I'll show you the one backup method that saves 90% of people later. First, let us talk about something even bigger: voting. 1 in 4 Americans doubt their vote counted. Election fraud does not need Hollywood drama. It only needs one weak server. Each vote becomes a block. It is encrypted, timestamped, and locked. No one can change it, not even the government. Switzerland tested blockchain voting in a city of 10,000 people. Zero tampering, 100% auditable. If you do not control your vote, Do you really have democracy? Blockchain gives you proof, not hope. But here is the catch, because the government won't tell you this, most blockchain voting systems are optional, and that is where the real danger hides. Next, I'll show you the financial system that is already replacing banks and why Wall Street is terrified. Decentralized finance is the fastest growing financial system in history, and banks do not want you to know how it works. Traditional banks, you wait 3 days for a loan approval. Decentralized finance, you get instant approval using code with no human. It is like a vending machine for money. You put in collateral and you get a loan. No bank manager, no paperwork. A farmer in Kenya gets a $500 loan in 3 minutes with no bank account needed. $4 billion lost to hacks. $80 billion earned in yield. Decentralized finance is risky. One wrong click and you are out. But the right move you with but the right move you earn 10% yield while your bank gives you 0.01%. This is where most beginners die, because there is one mistake that has already wiped out 90% of new decentralized finance users, and I will reveal it at the 50% mark. First, let us talk about the application that is changing how you sign contracts forever. You do not need $10 million to own real estate anymore. Blockchain lets you buy fractions of properties like stocks. Traditional sale takes 60 days, 10 lawyers, and $20,000 in fees. Blockchain sale takes 10 minutes, one smart contract, and $200 in fees. A landlord in Dubai sold 10,000 tokens of a building, each token equal 1 month of rent. Investors get paid automatically every month with no middleman. Real estate used to be for the rich. Now anyone with $100 can buy a piece. But the window is closing because regulators are watching. This could be banned in 2 years, and that is why the next application is the most powerful, because it is a steady it's already replacing the system you use every single day. Right now your identity lives on government servers. One breach and your passport, driver's license, and social security are gone. Self sovereign identity means you hold the key. You prove you are over 21 without showing your birth date. You prove you live in the US without showing your address. Microsoft's Ion project gives every user a blockchain ID with no central server. 16 million Americans victimized by identity theft in 2024. Identity theft costs the average person $15,000 and 2,000 hours to fix. Blockchain makes it almost impossible. But you have to set it up correctly, and 95% of people do not. The mistake I promised, here is the mistake that has already wiped out 90% of new decentralized finance users. You click one link thinking it is a legitimate airdrop. You connect your wallet, in 30 seconds everything is gone. $500, $5,000, $50,000, they look identical. Here is how to spot it. Check the URL, because one extra letter means fake. Never connect your wallet to unknown sites. Use a hardware wallet for anything over $500. This one device saved me $20,000. I lost $3,000 in 2022. Since using a hardware wallet, zero hacks, it is the difference between losing everything and sleeping at night. Because there is one more layer. the one that separates beginners from pros, and that is coming up in the final payoff. Here is the biggest truth nobody tells you: blockchain is not about getting rich quick, it is about taking back control. Banks control your money, governments control your identity, corporations control your data. Blockchains gives you the keys, not hope, not trust, control. That is why you are here. Not to gamble, not to chase meme coins, to understand the system that is already replacing the one you are stuck in. You started this video thinking blockchain was just crypto. Now you know it is the operating system for the next internet. If you want to stay ahead in crypto without wasting years learning the hard way, subscribe now. We post videos every week that break down complex topics. Simple, no jargon, no hype. 1.8 million plus beginners learning the right way. You are not alone. You are part of a community that refuses to get played, and we are just getting started. Join the movement, but before you invest in any coin, watch this next video here, because it teaches market sector rotation and trend analysis. This one pattern predicts 80% of bull runs. It could save you from one of the biggest beginner mistakes in crypto: buying at the top because you do not understand the cycle. I will see you there.